Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. We are going to continue looking at some old papers from the ICT IGCSE course. So we're focusing on paper 3. I'm looking to complete the website part using Microsoft Expression Web. So previously I've used Dreamweaver to complete these activities, but from now on I'm going to be using this software. So I'm redoing some of the older videos. So it's the May-June 2015 paper, version 32. So paper 3 is a practical paper, which is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It also includes a spreadsheet part. So let's have a look at the source folder first of all. So I've got my files here. Okay, let me open up the evidence document. So I'll close down the previous evidence document I was working on. Right, so let's scroll down. Okay, so you work for Hot House Design and will produce materials. So I don't need to really focus on that. We can create a new folder and move these files in. I'm just going to skip that part for now. Let's move on to the evidence document. So what we need to do is make sure your name, center number and candidate number appears on every page of the evidence document. So we can do that by inserting a header. So if I click on header, select 3 columns, type my name in, center number 5, 6, 7, 8, so I'll use that for now, and then candidate number I'll use 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, save this evidence document into your work area as J5 evidence followed by your candidate number. So the example is here J5 evidence and then 4 nines. Okay, so I will save it as a, let me just go to save as. We save it in the same folder. We save it as a Word document, and I will include 1, 2, 3, 4. So J5 evidence and then my candidate number for now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Press OK. Right. So the next question is create a web page called j1532homepage.htm. So HTM is also HTML, it's the same thing pretty much. So to create a new web page in Microsoft Expression Web 4, you go to File, New, and you want to click on HTML. And before we do anything, let's save this page into our root folder. So it should be summer, and we're doing 32 now, and we want to save the page into the same folder with the rest of the files. Okay, so let's copy and paste the name. I don't need to write the file extension, it automatically will save as a HTML file. So save. Okay, now what we need to do is to create the table structure shown below. Each cell has been identified with a letter and all dimensions are in pixels. So before we can create the table, we need to identify how many rows and how many columns we see in this table. So let me count the rows first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. So let's go to table, click on insert table, and let's type in 7 for the number of rows. How many columns can we see? 1, 2, 3 columns. So we can change that to 3 columns. And we have the table will be 650 pixels wide. Okay, so we can include the size for now. So not percentage, make sure you type in pixels. And the height, we don't need to include it now because when you resize the cells, automatically the table will increase to the right height. So you don't need to do anything else. Let's press OK. So here's our table. And what we can do, we can start merging the cells. So the top row and the bottom row will be merged all the way together. So highlight the top row to merge the cells, right click, modify, merge cells, and then the bottom row will also be merged as well. And then the first column will be merged all the way down as well. Okay, so now we can include the cell sizes for each cell. So the first row, we don't need to concern ourselves with the size going across because it's automatically been set by the table. So we just need to put a height in for the first and bottom rows. So the height for the tables, or for each row, is 80 and 80. So let's do the first and bottom row first of all. So to edit the cell properties, you right click on the cell, go to cell properties, and we can specify the height. We can type in 80 in pixels. You can type in 650, it's not going to make a difference, a change. So we can type it in if you want. but only the height will change. So the bottom one, I'm just going to put the height in. Okay, so cell properties, specify the height, 80 pixels. Okay, these cells here are 200 by 130. I actually forgot to merge one cell, so it's going to be this cell here. So these two cells need to be merged. I missed this one actually, so modify merge cells. I'll do this one next. Actually no, let's do these ones. So these ones are 200 by 130. So let's highlight all of them. Right click, cell properties, 200 wide, 130 is the height. Apply. This one will be 250 wide, height will be 600. So we can click on the cell here. So click on cell properties, 250 across, and then 600 will be the height. Okay, so and the last, let me just get rid of this panel here, don't need it. And this one will be 400 by 80, so the height will be 80. So if we right click, let's type in 400 and 80. Okay, so at this point, as long as all of the dimensions for the table and cells appear in code, that's the main thing. TR stands for table row and TD stands for table data. So you can see in the first row we only have one TD, which basically means we only have one cell, one column in the first row. In the next row we have the beginning of this column, and this column. So if you go to the code, you'll see in the next row you got 3 columns. Okay, right, let's move forward. Okay, so in cell A, enter the text. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. So this text needs to go in cell A, which is the first row. So let's paste, and it needs to be set as H1. So when I'm copying and pasting, I'm just using my shortcut keys, Control C, Control V. In cell K, which is going to be this one here at the bottom, enter the text, edited by, followed by your name, center number, and candidate number. So this is cell K here. So we can type in my name, the center number, and then your candidate number. And this is going to be formatted, as H3. So let me highlight these two. I've just done that. So if we come up to here and we select H3, so these may change later on when you attach the style sheet. In cell L, enter the text, click here for the top of the page. So it's going to be this bottom row, and this is this one here. We want to change this to H3. Okay, so we can highlight and we can click on H3. Now what we need to do is place an anchor before the table. So it could be called bookmark or anchor. So I think in Dreamweaver we call it anchor. In this software we call it a bookmark. So a bookmark or anchor, basically internal links. So what we need to do is place an anchor before the table. So what we need to do now is go to our code. And if you click just after the body tag, this is basically where the top of the page is, just after the body tag. And we're going to insert a bookmark. So we basically need to place an anchor before the table, which is at the top. So let's call a bookmark top. And you can see the piece of code here for the bookmark. Now what we need to do is make only the text. Click here, a hyperlink to this anchor. So if you go to design, if you go down to the bottom, the text, click here. Basically, if you click here, it's going to take us to the top of the page. So to make an internal anchor or bookmark link, you need to right click and select hyperlink. You want to go to place in this document, and then we can select from the bookmark or the anchor. Press OK. Only if you go to the browser, you can see if it works or not. So Hopefully it's going to load up in a second. So if I scroll down and then if I click on this link, it takes me back to the top of the page. Okay, so that's working. If you go to the code, you can see the link here is the code has been included as well to link this text back to the anchor, which is at the top of the page. Right, so question 8 is done. Okay, so in cell C, which one's C? C is the second column. E, G, and I. Yeah, so we're basically going to be entering text into these columns here, or into these cells, which is in the second column. So in cell C, we're going to include dolphins. So again, I'm just going to use my shortcut key, my keyboard to paste, so Control V. So dolphins, elephants, flamingos is the next one, gorillas, and all of these text will be formatted to H2, as you can see here. So we're going to change this to H2. So let me highlight H2. Okay. Right. And in cell B, place the image, basically the alligator image. So where is cell B? So cell B is going to be this big cell here in the first column. So we need to place the picture of the alligator. So if we click on the first cell, the big one, we can insert a picture by either clicking here, insert picture from file, or insert picture from file, same thing. Go to this, your folder. So it was summer 32. And it's the alligator picture, so this is the one which we need to insert. I'm just going to copy and paste this text because I want to use it as the alternative text. So if this alligator picture does not load up, then this text will be shown instead. So alligator will be shown instead. Okay, so that's that part done. Question 10 finished. Let's see what else we have to do. So using the most appropriate images from 1 to 8. So if we go to my folder, yeah, so 1 to 8. So basically we're looking through here. Go back to the question paper. We have to place these images. So D, F, H, and J. So D, F, H, and J. So we're going to be inserting pictures into the last column. So in D, the image of a dolphin. Okay, so this is D up here. So obviously you've got the clues here as well. So let's insert pictures using this icon here. Dolphin is this one here. Let me include the alternative text, so if the dolphin doesn't load up the picture, we can show the text instead. The next one is going to be the elephant. The elephant, where is the elephant? Here we go. Let's include the alternative text. Next picture will be the flamingos. These are flamingos here. I'm just going to copy flamingos for the alternative text. So remember, if the picture doesn't load up, this text will be shown instead. And then for the gorilla, this will go into cell J. So I think that's the gorilla there. Let's include the text, which is alternative text, which if the image doesn't load up, then the text will be shown. As you can see now, the picture obviously doesn't fit in, so typically now we're going to have to resize this picture. So make sure each of the images placed in step 11 is 194 pixels wide and 124 pixels high. So what we can do, I'm just going to take a shortcut. You can right click and go to picture properties and appearance and check, yeah, that one's fine. Or you can go to the code. So that was the first picture, dolphin. What was the dimensions again? The height should be 124 by 194, so 124 by 194. The elephant, you can see this is the right size. The flamingo was the right size, and obviously the gorilla picture isn't the right size, So we can change the size here, or what we can do is we can right click, go to picture properties, appearance, and we can change the size here as well. So it's going to be 194 pixels wide, and if we maintain the aspect ratio, automatically the height has been adjusted accordingly. So now it fits in to the cell. If you go to the code, you can see the dimension of the picture is also changed here as well. Okay, job done. Next question. Use the image of a gorilla placed in step 11 and the text gorillas to create hyperlinks. So basically this picture and this text will be a hyperlink to the page. So basically it's going to link to this internal page here. So the page ending in gorilla, starting in J1532, and the page will open on a new window called primates. So to make a hyperlink, highlight the text first of all. Hyperlink is an internal link, so existing file or web page, we want to look in the same folder. Well, let me go to summer 32. Yeah, so here we go. We want to link to this page here, and if you go to target frame, we can type in here underscore primates, so this will open onto a new window. Okay, and then we can do the same thing to the picture. So hyperlink, if you go down, select gorilla, target frame, include underscore primates, and this should open on a new window. So if you go to the code, you can see the hyperlink is here. It's going to go to this particular page, and the target is underscore primates. So if I save and go to my browser, so you can see the text is blue, and let me close that first page. So this should open a new window, which it does, and if you also click on a picture, it should open a new window. So these are internal links, so it goes to an internal page. Okay. Question 14, make sure each image has an appropriate alternative text. So I've been doing that as I've been going along, so if you did forget, you can always right click on a picture, picture properties, and include some text. So this is text which is displayed if the picture does not load up. Now we need to attach the style sheet J1532 style to your web page, and then we have to save your web page. So let's get our window CSS panel back up. So if you go to panels, manage styles, go to attach style sheet, browse, make sure you're in the right folder. So which one we need to attach? So J1532 style. So yep, I'm in the right folder, J1532 style. Press OK, and you can see the page has got some formatting now. So the background's gone to green. Display the web page in the browser. In your evidence document, replace the text image 1 with screenshots of the browser window. So let's go to the browser. Okay, you want to zoom out so we can see the whole page. Let's just get rid of these other pages. Print screen. So was it? Yep, it's step 16. We can get rid of this text here. Paste, and then what we can do, we can crop this bottom part off. Make sure you include the address bar. You don't want to get rid of that. Save the changes. Okay, in your evidence document, replace the text HTML here with the HTML source. So remember, do not get confused. This is not the HTML. Some people see this and think that's the HTML source. Nope. The HTML source is your code. This is where all of your marks will come from. So all of the hyperlinks or anchors or anything you've done will also be in this code. And this is what's going to give you your marks. So highlight all of the code, copy, and let's paste this into your evidence document. Okay, let's delete that. And let's paste. Okay, so let's save the changes. So you can see the HTML has gone in. Okay, so now the next question, we're going to be looking at a style sheet. So a trainee has created a style sheet which contains errors. All codes are in hexadecimal. The style sheet should define the following styles. Okay, so So here is the requirements of the style sheet. So if we go to question 18, open the style sheet J153.2 style.2 in a suitable package. So let me just go back to design view. So to open the style sheet, let's go to file, open. So we're in our 32 summer folder, and we need to open up the second style sheet. As you can see, we have some brackets if we go to panels, manage styles, but obviously it still looks a mess. Okay, so I think the best thing for me to do is just to clean up this. So I'm going to delete anything in between the brackets. So we have some brackets. So where's my panel gone? Manage style. So we've got okay, still not completely showing H1. Let me put the brackets in for body first of all. Not that one. So body now appears. I'm not sure why. Oh, here we go. H1 is now working as well. So we've got body, H1, H2, H3, and then for table, we're going to have no table, border, grid lines. So again, let's put the brackets in. Okay. So the first thing we should do is put the brackets in so the styles appear in this window here. And so what we need to do is correct and complete the style sheet. All color codes must be in hexadecimal form. The style sheet must contain no HTML tags. So let's start with the table. No borders or grid lines. So that also includes internal grid lines. So we can modify this. You can type in comma, TD, and if you want to know borders, if you go to border, put 0 here, and we're going to have no borders now, so there'd be 0 pixels. Okay, let's start with the body now. So we're going to use this BG picture for the background, so J153 2 BG JPEG for the background. So if I right click the body, modify, go to background, background image, browse, we want to select the picture which ends in BG, which is this one here. Okay, and then now we're going to, yeah, that's the body done. Sometimes it may ask you to repeat the picture, but not in this case here. Okay, next thing is the font or formattings for H1. So let's open up H1, modify the style. Okay, so let's do the color first. So we've got no red, 33 for green, and 33 for blue. So let's just click on black for now. So no red, we can keep that at 0, and then we've got 33 for the green and 33 for the blue. Okay, happy with that. Now we have to show these fonts here. So if they're not available, it may be a case we have to type them in. I can't see them, to be honest. Then, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type, copy and paste this in. Obviously, you'd have to type them in. So if this font's not available, then we'll go for the next option, which is impact. Oops. And then if impact is not available, then it browses default sans serif font. So you have to put comma to separate each value, and if that's not available, then we go for sans serif. Okay. 36 pixels high, aligned to the center. Block, text line, center, apply, and that's the first one done. Now we have to create H2 or edit H2 now. So let's open up H2, modify style. Okay, so let's do the color. So again, we do it in RGB order, red, green, blue. So no red. Green will be, I think it was 42. Let me double check. Yeah, and then no blue. So I just got to change the middle two values to 42. So it'll give us like a dark shade of green. So the closer you get to 0, the darker it gets the color. And again, the font style for H2 is going to look for this font first. So if you can't see it down here, just type it in. So that's the first font style, comma. If that's not available, then impact. If that's not available, then sans serif again. Sometimes it does say use the most efficient methods, and you could have basically done H1 and H2 and set the same font style, because I think it's exactly the same. Since it's not said anything about use the most efficient methods, we'll just do it as we're doing right now separately. Apply 20 pixels and center aligned. Text will be center aligned, and then we can click on apply now. Okay. And finally, H3. So let's modify. H3 browser's default serif font. So actually, let me just get all this done. Serif and 18 and left align. So we can select the second option. We don't want to show any fonts. It's just going to go straight to serif. Size is 18. Okay, the text will be left align, and let's do the colors now. So no red, no green, and we're just going to have 42 for blue. So we just go to the last two characters, type in 42, and it's a really dark shade of blue. Apply. Okay, so that's the style sheet done. We've corrected it. So again, I sort out the brackets first, and then you just use the panel to fix the rest of it. Save this into your folder, use the file name sty, followed by your candidate number. So file, save as, make sure you're in the same folder, and then candidate number 1234, save. Okay, so we saved it. In your evidence document, replace the text style sheet here with a screenshot of your style sheet. Make sure the file name and text are clearly visible. So we have to, when it says screenshot, you literally have to take a screenshot. So make sure the file names are visible. Let's print screen. Let's come down. Let's go to the next page. Let's delete this text here. Let's paste. And we can crop the part off which we don't need, and what you want to do is make sure you include a file name, and you can clearly see each text style. So obviously if the examiner can't mark it or can't see it properly, they can't mark it. Let me save. So now attach the style sheet saved in step 19 to your web page so that it overrides but does not replace the first style sheet. So it'll still use attributes from the first style sheet, but if some things are the same, it'll basically use the attributes from this style sheet. So if you go to here, so obviously the background might change now to the new background. So attach the style sheet, browse, and it's going to be this one here. So STY1234, and you can see the background has changed. So display the web page in the browser. In your evidence document, replace the text image 2 with screenshots of the browser window. So, okay, yeah, because it was highlighted. Right, so let's go to the browser. Okay, let's take a screenshot. Obviously, it doesn't really look very clear, the picture now, but it doesn't matter. Let's just take the browser. Or the web page doesn't look clear, should I say. So I've taken the print screen. Step 22. Let's paste this picture in here. And we can crop a part which we don't need. So make sure you include the browser part at the top so it's clear this print screen that's been taken from the browser. Save the changes. Okay, and finally, in your evidence document, replace text HTML2 with the HTML source. So HTML source is not this address. Some people might be confused. It's not this. You might see HTML. The HTML source is basically the full code. Okay, get rid of this panel now. So you need to basically copy from the top, going all the way to the bottom. copy. Let's just move that to the next page. Delete this, and then we can paste this to HTML. So it doesn't matter how many pages it takes, as long as you got the HTML in, it includes all of the information that's going to get you marked. So basically, it shows you at the top the two style sheets have been attached, as you can see here. It's got dimensions. Here's the anchor. Dimensions of the table, so 650 pixels wide, and then each column and cells has dimensions. The text has been H1 style has been applied to the text. Images have been inserted with alternative text, and if we go down to the gorilla picture, somewhere here, isn't it? Yeah, you can see this internal links. Okay, so if I go to the first print screen, so you got the print screen in the browser. The second print screen or second evidence is the copy of the HTML. Then we got a print screen of the CSS, and then a print screen from the browser, and then the HTML code again. So let me save this, and we've now completed the website section of this paper. So this paper was very similar to the previous paper I've just done. So Summer 31 and Summer 32 are very similar, where you have to create a table, insert content, and correct a style sheet. Thank you for your time. I'm hoping you're finding these videos useful using Microsoft Expression Web 4. This is an easier software. It's free to download. I will be making more videos using the software as well. So please like and share this video, and please show your support to the channel and subscribe below. Thank you for your time.